Do you know how insane the hardest difficulty in Bounty of 1 is? Take a look at it. When we kill a sheriff, the enemies gain 150% bonus HP. We don't get any hearts anymore dropped. The enemy's projectile bounce, we take 5 damage per hit. Yeah, it's no longer the easy and pesky 1 damage, right? That is insane. But I thought, let's make it harder. We're going for a random character. And let's make it even harder. I got rid of the bonus chest that you get at the start of the game if you beat a sheriff in the last run. So this is as difficult as it can be. Now the only thing I don't want to see is the cactus guy because I beat Infamy 50 with him already. Okay, that is fine, I think. At least. So this is like a medium old character. It was in one of the later updates, like it wasn't from get-go in here. But the way it works is you walk around and... Okay, I mean, I'll take that. You walk around, you charge up your gun, and then you shoot multiple bullets, which means you just easy peasy lemon squeezy kill a ton of enemies and want to have a huge amount of damage. Alternatively, also movement speed. Let's roll, let's roll, let's roll, let's banish. So, I'm not sure if you know what just happened there, but the way banishing works in this game is when you roll and you banish at the very end after like 3-4 rolls, everything you had seen up until that point gets banished. Do you understand what I mean? Do you see what's going on? So now we just get mythicals in here, which turns this so insane because you start every single game with 3 rerolls, right? And with 1 banish. So it's not like this is something exclusive. If you like find something super duper broken, you can always do that. And usually, I don't like doing this anymore. I've used this in a bunch of recent videos where we honestly kind of broke the game. But I'm not the biggest fan of doing this because it just means you turn crazy. However, here, highest difficulty possible. I think you can understand why I want to do it, right? Okay, there we go. Nice, very good. I like it. We have to kill this dude very soon. Do we go for crit here? I also like to have the pierce, but I think I'll take a little bit of crit. A little bit. It was 25%, by the way. That is the little bit of crit that we got there. You know the best part? There is an object in the game that gives you 40% crit chance, and when you have that, then crit can't appear in level ups anymore, which makes our level ups so much better. And yes, we just increase our crit damage by 250%. Now you may think this will be easy peasy lemon squeezy, but no it's not. It's still difficult unless every time you move 25 meters shoot a poisonous grenade. It inflicts poison in an area, and if it kills then it spreads to the enemies. Wait, that's insane! Because we want to move around either way all the time, right? And this is very important on this highest difficulty, because then you make the projectiles disappear. But with this grenade, if I get a little bit of area... Okay, that's a meme. I'll go for the damage, but if I get a little bit of area, we can make this so big that all of the enemies constantly die. I intentionally walked into that to make it harder on myself. Is that believable, what I just said? I don't think so. I'm not kidding, dude. This mode is no joke. This mode is actually insane. Okay, there we go. Nice. Did you see the poison spread there? And the most insane thing about poison is, once you have it on an enemy, it never ever disappears again. Okay, time to go for area. That was close. But yeah, it's definitely time to go for area. We would also like to have a little bit of... Dex. Seriously. What are you doing? Let's go for cooldown reduction, I would say. So... We also want to have cooldown because, I'll go for the HP for no particular reason, all is good. You want to go for cooldown because that makes the poison tick faster. Use all of your dashes at once sounds useless. Your projectiles bounce. We already have something super duper insane, so I will just get rid of these. Gain 1 object reroll, we don't want to skip. Gain attack speed per enemy on the screen, sounds good, isn't that useful. All of these are bad. This one is actually crazy. And because I can't heal, it's actually really crazy. Okay, let's do that. So, because what will happen now is I still lose the HP, but it will not further reduce our HP, obviously. It will just take it away and give us a bonus damage, like a huge amount of bonus damage, and that actually means I now heavily benefit from taking HP. This is perfect, I like this. Man, the moment we figured out how the reroll banishes work, the entire game has changed and just became so much more interesting. But also a lot easier, I gotta admit. It's like, if you always have the most insane things in the game, you know. Well, then again, it's still a gamble, because if you go for... a run like this where you just take whatever happens, you know, and you go with that. And you mess it up, because it could have happened that we got a mythic that I want, and then it's just banished, right? It's out of the way, or I lost all of my rerolls, which I don't want to lose. So it's still a huge gamble, but I like that. Let's go for more crit chance. Nice. This will also help our poison. Where's the boss, by the way? Has anyone... Oh, there he is. Oh my god, I almost walked into that. Did we take damage so far? I don't think so, right? I mean, like, since we got the bonus damage, the upgrade, and I definitely need to have more damage in general. Gain 2 max health. When we take damage, we shoot a projectile. What I actually want to have is, I want to have a shield, so I will banish this again. We could have also done it with the rolling, but I really don't want to mess with the objects. When your projectile should be destroyed, we don't care. We only want to have heals is also kind of nice. But what I really want to have is, I want to have a shield. While stationary, each shot stacks 2 knives, but attack speed is reduced. Or, we will just go for an ore that slows the enemies around us. Yeah, let's do that. I could have went for the shield that was over there, but what I'm looking for is the shield that charges up over 60 seconds and blocks a hit. Because if we just have enough cooldown, which we should be able to get here, then you can permanently keep this up. Well, not permanently, you know, but it's such a low cooldown that you pretty much permanently have it. So now we have 5 bonus dashes, and this will make this a little bit easier. But I would lie if I said that I can 100% react to the enemy's bullets and dashes and attacks and everything in time. Okay, can I just get bonus damage? Should I actually banish that without noticing? I don't think so, right? We should have that. Like, one issue of this strategy is, Legendary is now by far the most common one that will appear, and if I banish Legendary damage, which I didn't, apparently, so all is good. But yeah, if I banish that, then we would just see the other Legendaries most of the time, and we would never get the Mythic damage. That is one big issue of that. Do you see the area, though, of our poison, what's going on back there? Do you see how powerful that is? This is why we want to upgrade that. It doesn't look so powerful, but the moment it gets going, it gets really going. Hold on a second, you are movement based, right? I didn't forget about this. Yeah, every time you move 25 meters, which also includes dashes, by the way. So if we ever get cornered, I can just dash to trigger that. Did you see how we didn't lose HP? That's what I was talking about. We just lost 5 max HP instead, which doesn't help us all too much, but at least it doesn't take away from the lost HP that we have. Picking up hearts no longer heals you, however you gain 3 base damage each time you pick up a heart. You're so funny. We can't pick up a heart, it's impossible. We could slow down the enemies, we could get a lot of attack speed, we could also go for more damage. You deal 50% more damage, and your dash and ability cooldowns are reduced by 30% when you have 50% or less health left. That will never happen, because we lose the max health, right? Do I just go for plus 3 HP then? The attack speed sounds amazing, but trust me, it doesn't matter, because poison is our way to win. How is it possible that all of these are horrible? I mean, this one is kind of good, because it also gives movement speed, but for me this just makes it harder to predict what my character does. So I will just go for the 4 rerolls for upgrade choices. You know, because if I then don't get what I want, then we can reroll, and because there are not that many left since we banished them, if I reroll now, take a look at this. Isn't that beautiful? It's utterly insane, isn't it? So I will still go for a little bit of area here, but now we are done. Why am I at full HP? Weren't I missing a lot of HP? What happened with that? Yeah, I just noticed that now. Wait, what? Okay, I really want to have the bonus HP here. Let's go. Something must have healed me that I didn't account for. Picking up hearts no longer heals you. However, you gain 3 base damage each time you pick up a heart. Possibly, at least. Okay, can you please throw the potion? Oh my god. So, why is it so bad? What am I remembering how it usually works that I thought it was so much better? I guess usually you don't get this flooded and you just keep the poison up all the time and go crazy. Well, I mean, that was kind of crazy, wasn't it? Nice dodge, by the way, Dex. So, when do we want to take damage to increase our damage by losing HP? And 50% bonus damage is quite a lot. Good question. I think I will not intentionally lose any HP and instead we will just keep it as it is, right? So, if I get hit in a boss fight... here's the problem though. If I, for example, lose 10 HP and double my damage with that, not exactly because it's already at 50%, but it's quite a difference. But if I already do that, then we may kill the boss so fast that he doesn't get to hurt me. But if they get to spawn all of their projectiles and things, then I may take way more damage. Does that make sense? Okay, so we will stand still because we are about to throw our poison. Perfect. And I don't even want to attack you. I mean, wait a second. My shots do so much damage. Wait, what? I mean, our poison is also insane. Don't get me wrong, but our shots are crazy. Okay. Well, that was fairly simple. Goodbye, Sheriff. Now the enemies have 150% bonus damage. Shoot faster but deal less damage is horrible. I think I will take... honestly, this one would be way better. Because 25% of the enemies just flee, but I will take the crit here. It gives us 40% crit, so 20% is wasted. However, it removes the crit out of the level up choices, the rerolls. And you know what that means, right? This run just became a lot more insane. Because we don't have the legendary crit anymore and not the mythical crit. Both of these are gone. So what is our current damage multiplier? Let's check that out. 150%, yeah, exactly, because we lost 5 HP. Should I just intentionally take one hit? Just to have a bit more damage and be safer? It sounds stupid, but if you kill a lot of enemies very fast, it's a lot safer than having to wait and they shoot. So now we are up to a 100% damage multiplier and this will show. Okay, let's just keep picking up HP. Because if I take damage, I just get a ridiculous amount of bonus damage. Now I plan to do this again in the future, and I think there I will step it up a notch that I'm not allowed to use banishes after rerolls. So obviously I'm still allowed to banish just normally, but not after a reroll. And let me know what you think of this. If you think this here is a lot more interesting because, well, the enemies are still quite dangerous, right? And it shows how strong they are. Or if you would prefer that I just do it without the banish. Like one banish, of course, because that's normal, right? Everyone uses that, but not the reroll banish. Objects in a chest can't be identified. You gain a chest for every 7 levels you've gained. How much could this mess me up? You know what? I'll do it. I like to live dangerously. You know. Oh, there's a legendary. Explosions! Okay, perfect. Kind of. I mean, actually, it's insane. Let's go for you. Oh, no. Okay, let's check out what happened. So, we got explosions. This was good. This is decent. Then we got a turret. Now, to be fair, the turret also triggers explosions, so I'm happy about that. Honestly, wait, that's fine. It's just that my attack speed is half. But no, that's fine, because I walk around and then just temporarily shoot for a moment. Shoots an explosive grenade towards the enemies. It deals damage in an area of effect. So it's kind of like our poison, right? Kind of. Well, wait a second. It just gets thrown. Yeah, of course it just gets thrown. Just like with the other one. No, that's nice. Because it helps us clear out the screen even more. So what do we want to go for now? Because the final boss, the only big risk there is 5 damage with every single hit. You know, that can still kill me. So I think I want to make sure that I am just strong enough that I'm so stupid. Now I can't take the one that gives me the armor. Okay, what do we get? Gain 1 object reroll, gain 2 object rerolls each time you skip a choice. Totally useless because we don't see what we get in there. Hey, listen. I just wanted to spice it up a little bit because I was like, there's no way we can still lose this run. Like, the only way how we can lose is, as I said, with the boss, if we get hit by a huge amount of projectiles at once and just get demolished. Because the boss has a ginormous amount of HP. I don't like any of these. Let's roll. Let's take the blue one. What did we get? Whenever you dash, gain 100% crit chance. Cool. That's very useful. We have 100% crit chance, you know. That doesn't really matter. I mean, we're still kind of doing it. Surprisingly. I thought this would get a little bit harder, but the biggest problem will be the objects that are bad, that have a severe negative impact, especially if we get the one that, reduces our damage by one third. Well, to 1/3, not by 1/3. And gives us more attack speed, 4 times the attack speed, because that is horrible. That is not what we want. It makes our grenades so much worse, like our poisonous grenade. Honestly, everything is a lot worse. The only thing that would benefit from it is our turret, because it's stationary and can't die. And it benefits from our attack speed. Do we just want to go for 1 bounce? I feel like we don't need that. Let's just go for area, yeah. So, how's it looking? So, I think we got this run. Okay, big boss, big boss, big boss. Let's be cautious, because keep in mind we still can only take 6 hits, and that's it. Then I still die. Ooh, that is a very good one. So now when we stand still, we just fire projectiles out, which is, with our cooldown, a little bit insane. Do you notice something? Yeah, they can also explode. So we don't even need the poison grenade anymore if we want to clear the enemies. We just do this. We explode. All of the enemies die. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. It's kind of funny to not know what you get in the chests. I wish that was an option in the game. Wait, I guess you can just start with the character, right? Chaos exists as a character that starts with that item. Oh, I need to play that again one day. Then again, I remember the frustration I had with it. The most frustrating part for me is, funny enough, one thing that you probably don't expect. I hate that when you select an object in the chest, it just skips. So for like 0.3 seconds you see what you got out of the object. For me it's like, I know these objects, so I know what I get. But for you guys, I go in and tell you what it is. Like that you can actually read it. Because otherwise I'll just say, oh, this is nice when standing still. And that's it, you know. But then you can read through it. And that's annoying. Why do you not have to confirm it? That you press like, okay, you know. That would be good. So how are we doing? I mean, we're still getting shot at. The only thing I really want is the armor that makes us invulnerable. And right now, it usually has 60 seconds cooldown. Right, yeah, these are the dangerous guys, by the way. Right now, this would be at around 22 seconds. 23 maybe. Do we go for more damage? Yeah, let's go for more base damage, because our crit relies on that, our percent bonus damage relies on that. There is a boss that will just die. Goodbye. That spooks me so much right now for the boss. How do we beat him? No! Deal 3 times less damage. It just happened. I can't believe it. Well, that's horrible. Our turret is celebrating, by the way. Do you see how fast it's shooting now? Yeah, our turret is really happy about that. I knew I shouldn't take the legendaries, but, you know, you gotta gamble to gamble. Because without gamble, you can't gamble. Hey, if we win this now, this is getting a lot more interesting, right? Like, it's way, way harder than before. It's kind of funny because usually in this game you want to have a lot of attack speed, right? Because it makes you stronger. And sure, we could have went for attack speed a little bit, but not this much. For such a heavy damage reduction, that is just not worth it. We were doing something completely different. That item there just gives us bonus experience and gives us experience retroactively, like that bonus to the past experience. It's like a 10% bonus, I think. Let me actually check it out before I talk nonsense, but I think it's 10%, yeah. And we didn't even level up from that, did you notice that? This just shows how much more experience you need in this game per level up. The entire experience up until 35 or 36, I think 35, was not even worth a level up, like 10% of it. What is our turret doing? I mean... okay. Our turret is just chilling up there, but still reaches him. Well, that was kind of easy. We have 1/3 of our damage. Okay, let's keep going. Oh no. Okay, that may be one that I actually regret. It's fine. It's fine. So, the funny thing about it is our shots will now return. And I'm pretty sure that also applies to the ones that we shoot out around us. Right? Yeah, do you see that? We have so much area that they fly outside of the screen, but then they come back, so now our projectiles are always on the screen and hit the enemies and make them explode. Wait, you know what? Honestly, in this case here, I kind of love it because we didn't have screen bounces or the one that teleports out of the screen and enters on the other side. So here it's honestly fine. I like it. Let's go for a little bit of attack speed, I would say. Yeah, that little bit of attack speed just gave us 2 shots per second bonus. Just this tiny bit. Wait a second, I just realized our turret has more attack speed than us, right? So even though we just have 5.6 second shots per second, 5.6 shots per second is what I wanted to say. This turret is going crazy. It doesn't have the bounces back, does it? Yeah, it has. Do you see that? It shoots bottom left. Okay, keep an eye on that. Okay, first we'll do this. So do you see that? It shot down. Do you see it coming back? So even the turret has it, that's hilarious. Now this one over here, whenever we take damage twice, we heal for 3 HP. Which means we have to take 10 damage to heal 3 HP, but this is like getting plus 5 bonus HP every 10 HP that we lose. My brain had to think they're so hard. So how far is the next boss away? I will admit, I'm a little bit concerned. Not really, but a little bit. And yes, I'll still go for a bit more area to make sure I deal no damage. Well, well, well. If it isn't the consequences of my actions. What was that? Please be something good. Every time you move 20 meters, shoots a file towards the closest enemy. They lose 50% of their HP. Sounds insane, doesn't work on bosses, so it doesn't matter. Because all this comes down to is just the boss fight. Well, I mean, it's kind of nice that the enemies are smaller, you know? Because it's easier to kill them, but I'm really scared about the boss. I wish you could stack poison in this game, imagine that. Every single time you throw the poison on him, it just stacks. Wait, does it? It doesn't, right? But we have to try that out. We'll just check out the damage number because it shouldn't change, right? And then we see when we throw the second vial, if it increases. I definitely don't need more dashes. I will just go for the attack speed here. There was another 2 shots per second. And that is 2.6 shots per second for our turret. Now for the boss, it's very important that our turret will be in the center, because this is the majority of the time where the boss will be. Actually, I believe if the boss is right on top of the turret, it may not even hit the boss. So let's go a bit offside, like this, yeah. Because if the boss sits on top of it, do you see the bullets? Well, the bullets kind of come out of the turret, but it may just be... Nah, it's fine. I'll just keep it in the center. I'm sure it works. There's the next elite. Hey, do you know that I'm strong? Okay, I'm getting really concerned. We also shoot behind us. Kind of nice because it comes back. But how am I supposed to do this? Do I need cooldown for anything? It would mean our poison hits a lot faster. Yeah, let's go for the cooldown. That is probably the best damage increase that we can get right now. Just because we went from like 19% or so, I don't know what we had, but something to 10%. We may have also had 12% now that I think about it, but still, it's a lot, okay? We just gained a ginormous amount of damage. We pretty much doubled the poison damage, I believe. Do I go for more HP if I can? I think HP would be by far the best thing to pick up right now. I also need to go for a bit more damage to increase that. Yeah, I definitely have to go for more damage. Can you just give me damage? Did it just give me 2 max HP? Whenever you take damage, triple your attack speed. Wait, and I want to get hit at least once in the boss fight, right? And then we just have triple the attack speed, which also means our turret has triple the attack speed. This may lead to something positive. This may also kill me. But you know, let's see about that. The boss is getting closer. I will just stand still for a majority of the time now, because then I just have to move out and pick up all of the experience at once, instead of having it spread all over the place. Wait, we have 31 HP! That means I can take 7 hits! Okay, do I just intentionally walk into the boss in the very beginning to nuke him? Because the first phase is honestly kind of annoying. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Dude, I'm getting so hyped up right now, because at first I was like, we are so overpowered, this is kind of boring, I didn't want to have this. Like, I thought it would still be way harder than what it turned out to be, and now it's actually fun again. Every 1 meter steal 30% of your damage around you. Wait, every 1 meters? Okay, now I wish I had more movement speed. Like, do you see how often we trigger that? And that also means we keep triggering the poison, right? Which is insane. Can I use it against the boss? I don't think so, because our damage numbers are tiny. I'm getting really, really, really scared how the boss fight will be, because I can't even kill these enemies here very fast. And I wished we could get 1 more level up. It's getting close, but I need to get 1 more level up to get more damage. Yeah. Okay, can you give me all of my experience, please? Just a little bit more. But I'm about to get hit by the enemies. This is how bulky they are. Mythical damage after I ask for it. Perfect. Because keep in mind, the moment I get hit, we get 50% bonus damage. And we will trigger this a bunch in the fight. Maybe I shouldn't, but I want to do it. Okay, let's go to the turret. We want to sit on top of it, because that means it's in the center of the screen. There we go. I hope you guys are ready. And of course the 19 ladies. Where's the boss? There's the boss. Oh my god. You shoot diagonally, so all the bullets hit the boss. Did you see our turret? The big brain move. It shot top right. But honestly, it doesn't matter where it shoots, right? Because they always come back. Why was I concerned about you? Hit me. Yeah, hit me. Hit me. Okay. Oh god, why? It's so laggy. Okay. Well, see? That worked out really well, I would say. Now, the only thing that I wonder about is, did we get this on this character, or did we get this on the random? So, bounty hunted. Is it on you? It's not. So let's hope it's actually on the character. Because if not, perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, then don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. See you the next time.